in the trial of Jessie Haynes tells Fox 4 News their decision was, quote, cut and dry. Last Thursday, a jury comprised of 3 black men and 3 white men convicted BISD Special Assistant to the Superintendent Jessie Haynes of obstruction of a public passageway, a Class B misdemeanor. Fox 4's Haley Boole sat down with one juror to discuss what led to their guilty verdict and the message they want the public to hear.
Days after a jury convicted Jessie Haynes of obstructing a public passageway.
I was surprised at a lot of the comments that came out in the public.
One juror is ready to talk. He asked me not use his name or show his face.
It was cut and dry to us.
After the juror says he saw the evidence. It includes this video used by the prosecution. Haynes prevented journalist Jerry Jordan from going down a hallway where a BISD attorney was answering questions. Haynes also prevented board member Mike Neal from entering to find out what was going on.
It's hard to refute video evidence. Everyone raised their hand immediately as to guilty, and there was nobody, everyone said they strongly felt that way.
Following 4 days of the trial and 45 minutes of deliberation between the 3 black men and 3 white men on the jury panel,
the black gentleman said, we want to send a sign to the community. We want to show that we're in unity. So during this whole trial, you know, we have just sat wherever, haphazardly. But they recommended that we come out black, white, black, white, black, white, to show that we are as one and that we're standing together.
Inside the courtroom, a message of unity. Outside, some community members suggested racism was a factor in the verdict.
This was nothing about race, and we made that very clear to each other, all of us jurors, and we all felt strongly in that manner that this was about an individual. No matter what race, creed, or color, it was about an individual and their actions.
The juror watched the comments made after the trial.
You would think this was a lynching or a capital punishment case over a misdemeanor. In Beaumont, Texas. This is just another black mark on Beaumont, like we're used to.
It has a very big part in the color of her skin, because right now, look at it. And anyone else would have been convicted of a misdemeanor.
If you were in the same courtroom and saw the same evidence as I did, then you really have me bewildered, because I don't know where you would come up with those comments.
The juror says the outcome was based on facts.
If it had been anyone of any race, we would have come to the same conclusions.
While some people point to a racial divide, this juror says that's not the case.
We wanted to send a message that we were unified and this was not about race, that this was about, like I said, an individual and their actions.
In Beaumont, Haley Boole, Fox 4 News.
The defense attorney representing Haynes has filed to appeal to overturn the conviction of obstruction of a public passageway.